Welcome to Her Career Studio. I'm your host and career coach, Lisa Virtue. Here we live by the mantra, thrive at work so you can thrive in life, because we know you are more than your day job. Each episode includes actionable tips and often mentor stories to not only boost your professional success, but also enhance your personal well-being. Join me as we explore ways to ensure your career uplifts your life as you strive to achieve work-life harmony. Head to hercareerstudio.com for free resources and coaching services to help support you during career transitions and challenges, such as when you are looking to find and land that next ideal job or promotion, or are leading a new team. We're here to support you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and please hit the thumbs up or leave a 5-star review if you are finding the content useful. This helps us keep going in our mission to help women in their careers. Thank you so much for your support. Welcome to another holistic episode of the Her Career Studio podcast, exploring a crucial health-related topic for all of us, our sleep. I sat down with Heather Rodman, a former nutraceutical, i.e. vitamin sales rep turned entrepreneur after 20 years in that career, to explore the topic of sleep and its impact on women in the workforce. Heather shares her personal journey of facing burnout in her 20-year career, which led her to support the product Masterpeace, a nutraceutical solution aimed at improving sleep quality. We delve into the importance of restful sleep, not just in terms of hours, but the quality, and how it affects overall well-being and hormonal balance in women. Heather also introduces us to color therapy and other natural remedies that complement her sleep solution, offering holistic approaches to achieving better sleep. With practical tips, personal anecdotes, and a focus on natural health solutions, this episode promises to equip you with knowledge and tools to enhance your sleep and ultimately your daily life. Tune in for a conversation that blends science, personal experience, and innovative remedies, all aimed at helping career-focused women like you find better balance through improved sleep. And for you mamas, these tips could also help get your children to sleep better. On this episode, we discuss natural remedies and products available in order to share natural options for sleep assistance from our personal experiences. No promotional consideration was given to Her Career Studio or myself for this episode. Heather, welcome. I hope that we don't make people sleepy with this episode. But if they're relaxed at the end and they feel like there's hope around sleep, that's a good thing, isn't it? So,
yes, definitely.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Just women at work, one big thing that happens when we have careers and lives and personal lives is a lot of times that sleep number just gets pushed to the side, doesn't it? So I'm excited to talk to you today about maybe some things you've found that have helped. I'll share some of my story, but we'll just dig right in. So let's talk about you and your sleep, Heather.
Okay.
Want to tell everybody about your journey?
So I was an outside career woman. I was an outside sales rep in the nutraceutical field, which is nutraceutical is a fancy word for saying vitamin rep. So I visited the health food stores. I visited the holistic pharmacies and naturopathic doctors. And it was very busy. I was always on the road. I was always living out of hotels, traveling a lot. I had a big region of Ontario, Canada. And I, in my 20-year career, burnt out 3 times. And so when you're sleeping not in your own bed, that doesn't help things either, does it?
Right.
And so after 20 years, with a lot of thought and effort, obviously I was a little worried at first, but I really needed a career change because I wanted a change. I wanted to be at home. I wanted to have more balance in my life. And so that started me on my journey and sleeping and resting. So when you're burnt out, a lot of times you're not getting the proper sleep you need. And so when I started as an entrepreneur, I have 2 companies, 2 businesses, and one of them is Masterpeace, and it's a nutraceutical to help with sleeping. And it is the foundation for everything. So once you get proper sleep, then you'll have all the other things, health things come into place as well, and your balance with your hormones, with more joy in your life, feeling more in the present moment. Yeah.
For sure. And sometimes it's not just about the number of hours, right? It's also the quality of our sleep.
Yes.
That really makes a difference.
Yeah, so that was another thing. When I started my second business, which is Masterpiece, when I started taking Masterpiece, I I was not too bad of a sleeper. When I hit perimenopause, I started having more interrupted sleep. So when I started taking Masterpiece, I noticed that my sleeping was deeper. I would sleep a solid 7, 8 hours. And not only that, I was dreaming again. So that's one of the things the nutraceutical does too, and vivid dreams as well. So you're definitely getting in that beta sleep stage. And when you wake up, you're rested. So I just absolutely love Masterpiece because it is a solution for women, especially of any age, in any, if you're in a high career, perimenopause, menopause. It's a wonderful solution to help you get that restful sleep that you need so that you can battle the day.
I have a story, a personal story about sleep. I am the type that 9 o'clock hits and I start to get drowsy, and my husband
Mhm.
would get so frustrated because I would just fall asleep anywhere, even if we're at a friend's house. It's getting late. My body's just like, oh, I can't keep my eyes open. But when I had my daughter, then everything changed, right? All of a sudden I'm
Yes.
drop pin of a hat, like anything would wake me up. And I still could fall asleep a lot until recently in the last couple of years. And I work from home, remote, on devices too much. There's certain things where I'm like, I know that's wrong or bad. And so I could fall asleep easily. I can figure
Mhm.
out, I can always get there and I can get that routine down. But then it was that quality of sleep that I was
Yeah.
struggling with.
Mhm.
And I asked for a Fitbit for Christmas last year, and my husband got me one. And it wasn't
Mhm.
about this. I knew I wasn't getting enough steps, right? So it was
Mhm.
my Fitbit. And that was great. But it was the sleep pattern
Oh.
was a big eye opener for me, where I noticed it didn't matter how many hours in bed I was. It was that,
Mhm.
it would measure REM and everything and like how deep
Yeah.
your sleep was and if it's doing the right peaks and valleys. And mine was horrible. And when I thought I was getting 7 or 8 hours, I was getting maybe 5, 5.5. And
Mhm.
so I was like, no wonder I'm so tired during the day all the time.
Yeah.
Uh,
So you
um,
weren't getting like the quality and the
mhm.
restful sleep and
Yeah.
disrupted sleep. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. And then I got really, my husband's more of that night owl. So he couldn't fall asleep as easily. So he'll stay up late and then he'll come in. I think that was a big part of it. It would disrupt me,
Oh.
even
Mhm.
subconsciously. So I always yell at him now, like, don't wake me up. Don't wake me up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It can be hard when you have a partner that's on a different sleep cycle. But I remember too, back when I was not working for myself and it was in stressful environments, you can probably
Mhm.
relate to this
Yes.
where you're just so worried about all the things, right? And so a lot
Mhm.
of it is that mental game too. Do you have any stories like that where you just lay in bed and couldn't fall asleep?
Yes, yes, a lot of especially when I was in my back in my career, a lot of stress because in outside sales, there was a lot of quotas to hit.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go to bed. And then, you're tossing, turning, oh, I got to do this, I got to do that in your mind. And it just wouldn't stop. So yes, I can definitely relate. And when my children were small, I have 3 daughters, but they're all grown now, like
Mhm.
24, 25, and 28. But I remember those days. I reflect, Lisa.
Mhm.
And I remember, yes, the sleep was definitely disrupted back in those days.
Yeah, right. Or if your kids come in, I want to sleep with you.
Yeah.
Whatever's happening. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So I'm a huge proponent and fan of natural remedies for things like this, where it can be maybe even it's just temporary in your life, right? Where you need
Yeah.
something that's some kind of
Mhm.
supplement or vitamin. So that's why I wanted to talk to you because I think it's really interesting to get the word out where there's alternatives to the
Yeah.
chemicals and the
Yeah.
pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you'll notice that when people take Mastery, your quality of sleep is the number one thing, and that's the number one thing that changes. And when you get that quality sleep, that deep Zen sleep, Masterpiece, because of all the bioavailable minerals in the marine plasma and the zeolites also taking out of the a lot of the forever chemicals in our bodies, and we were just bombarded it with our food and the air and the water, and so because of that, it disrupts a lot of things in our bodies. So what people find and we have a Facebook testimonial group too, if people want to join and see all the testimonials, we have that as well. But people will find that they will have more conscious awareness. They'll be in the present moment. They'll experience more daily joy. So these are the effects from not only what the Masterpiece is doing, but getting that restful sleep from the Masterpiece. And so it's a wonderful product. And I was a nutraceutical rep for years, and this is probably my favorite product.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about Masterpiece and what is the foundation of it and what is included in that?
So Masterpiece is a nutraceutical that came out about 8 months ago, but the company really launched in 6 months ago, and it's basically has two ingredients in it: zeolite and marine plasma. And it's a patented, never done before product. So it's a very unique product in that sense. And a lot of people ask me, well, what's zeolite? So zeolite is volcanic ash, and it's also a nano product. So it gets to when it's a homeopathic. So you would do 5 drops in the mouth under the tongue. You'd swish it for 30 seconds and swallow twice a day. So once in the morning and once at night. It's very bioavailable. So it gets right into the bloodstream. And so the nano zeolite, that's it was formulated out of Kansas State University in a facility with the chief scientific officer and the CEO of the company who had formulated it. And so that's what kind of makes it special. And then the marine plasma has 97 of the 100 minerals our body needs. So not only is it removing all the heavy metals and the toxins out of our body, it's actually nourishing our cells at the same time. And then when we remove these toxins out of our body, which disrupt our hormones and do a whole onslaught, including lack of sleep, everything starts getting balanced again. And then you're able to sleep soundly again.
Nice. Is there anything else besides, something like this to help you? What other recommendations for getting better quality sleep do you have for all the ladies?
So I think it's really important to listen to some meditation music too. I always go to YouTube for that. I always change it up. Sometimes even I listen to dolphin frequencies, like any kind of frequencies you want, and just put in sleep, dolphin frequencies or sleep. Consciousness sleep. There's so many different things that you can look up for sleeping and find what resonates with you with the music. But I also, my other business, I'm actually a color practitioner too, and I started that 2 years ago. And we have it's homeopathic, but it's external this time. Homeopathic essences that basically was an alchemist out of BC who formulated the essences, and they're proprietary blends that he has formulated to help with sleeping. So that would be externally, and help to balance your chakras too. But one of my favorites is the angel essence spray. So I spray that on before I go to bed. You can get it in a roll on as well, so it's totally optional. And they have blue chakra essences. So any kind of neutral essences are going to help, like yellows, blue, green, aqua. Any of those color essences they have too that help with sleep as well. So yeah, and I do both. I take the Masterpiece and I'm taking my essences before I go to bed.
And are these essential oil based?
Yeah, they have flower. They're like a combination of essential oils, flower essences, and energetic frequencies that are all combined in alchemy, and like an alchemy essence formulated.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I love a good spray that will help relax.
Yeah,
I tend to lean into lavender a lot personally.
Oh, lavender's lovely. They smell wonderful. I mean,
yeah, it sounds beautiful. Great.
mm-hmm.
And the dolphin frequency, I have not thought of that. That's a really good idea. I'll have to try that because I love dolphins.
Yeah, and sometimes they have the whale and dolphin frequency together. That's really
that sounds lovely.
Yeah,
I love it. And then, of course, we always talk about like the blue light of your devices, right? Keep those away from your face. Yeah, go ahead. Is there?
Oh, I was just going to say, speaking of the blue, with color therapy, there's not only the essences, but there's color bath too, which is all organic. And that's wonderful to take like a blue color bath before you go to bed, because it helps with the throat chakra too. So it's the throat chakra, and you're getting the grounding and the just the Zen mode before you go to bed. So they have them. They're all organic. People always say, "Oh, do they stay in your bathtub?" No, they do not. And actually, I just want to quickly show I have my blue color therapy glasses as well.
Ooh.
So this is wonderful. I'll even just go on a walk in nature with these just to get the blue element and just seeing the world in blue. And it's just so therapeutic. So yeah, so color energy has quite a few different items for, for Zen, for sleeping and
Mhm.
that type of thing. Yeah.
How does one know which color they need at any one time?
Well, so I actually have, if someone wants to email me, I do have a free little questionnaire that they can
Mm,
answer, and I can actually pinpoint what chakra they might be deficient in or what color that they need. So
okay.
if they would like a little questionnaire, I can help them navigate that too, because that can sometimes be a little confusing too. So yeah,
Okay, so there's assessments that one can do
yeah,
with
I
your
have an
guidance,
assessment
Heather. Yeah.
that I can send. Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. I'll have to try that. And then there's product that can help with that external stimuli.
Yeah, and I can recommend different things, like whether you prefer like maybe the color bath part of things, or maybe you want the essences part of things, the glasses. There's a few different things I can recommend as well.
Hmm, lovely. I love it.
So I also do Eventbrite workshops as well, where you can learn more about color therapy and the therapeutic benefits of color therapy. And I have two different workshops. I have one on the chakra and karma essences. So it's very educational so that you can learn how to use them properly, how to apply, and the therapeutic benefits of each of them. I go through all the essences. And the other workshop is color bath. And so you can learn about the therapeutic benefits of color bath. And this is wonderful for moms too who have children who might have ADHD
Mm,
and autism,
mm,
and how that can help children as well in terms of them getting some sleep as well. Because I've had a lot of parents come back to me and say, "Wow, the blue color bath helped. Oh my goodness, he slept through the night." So yeah, it's great
oh,
feedback.
that's wonderful. So you were telling me before that you have workshops periodically and you try to make them really affordable also for people, right? So they can
Yes.
learn.
So I make them very affordable. And then that way it's optional afterwards if you wanted to order any of the products. So I want to make it affordable so that people can at least come and learn.
Wonderful. Well, I love color. So I feel like immersing myself in a bath full of whatever color I'm lacking at the moment just sounds beautiful. And this idea of our aura and all of that.
Mm,
I don't think there's
yeah.
enough of that in the world, right? So
Yeah,
sounds
exactly.
wonderful.
And the color bath as well. You can add it to your self-care program. Add in your Epsom salts, add in your essential oils. It just makes it even that much better of an experience.
Yeah. And then for the kids, that's such a good point because what child doesn't like a colorful bathtub?
Oh, it's just like total playtime for them. Just love it.
Yeah. But then instead of these, color add-ons, it's a therapeutic bath at the same
It's a
time.
therapeutic, yes. It's not just like the bath bombs and that
Mhm.
type of thing. These are actually therapeutic. Yeah.
How fun. And then what other tips do you have for the listeners as far as getting good sleep for us ladies?
Well, it's definitely like I know when I was on the road, my diet was terrible. I will
Mhm.
say that. And when I got off the road, I started doing more self-care and self-love. That was something that I wasn't good at, and I was eating horribly. So when I changed my whole diet, it's really important to eat well, and try to minimize the sugars and the refined carbohydrates and the junk food, because that just disrupts your hormonal balance as well. And it's going to cause, it does cause, believe it or not, because those bad foods will cause disruptions in your sleep as well.
For sure. And even how close to when we fall asleep we might be eating, which can vary for everyone. But there's a lot of recommendations out there, a couple hours, a certain time of on the clock that you pay attention to. Maybe it's don't eat past 7 or whatever that is, but
Yes.
you
Yeah.
find for your body what works, or even alcohol, like how
Yes.
close to bed or how much you're
Mhm.
consuming. Yeah. Back to sugars, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm, for sure. And I've got episodes on all of that. So this is brilliant because anyone that's listening to this for sleep help, go check out some of the other episodes I have. Anti-inflammatory diets,
Mhm.
how to say no to alcohol if you don't want to drink when you're at work, those kinds of things. So yeah,
Oh,
well-rounded.
definitely. Yeah,
Mhm,
there's lots of different protocols that we can do to help. And
mhm,
and you are what you eat, so it's very
mhm.
important. The diet is very important as well. And because if we don't take care of our health internally, then we're going to have, especially as women, hormonal disruptions, and that's going to cause sleep issues.
For sure. Oh man, the hormonal part. Ugh. Oh, I've been dealing with a lot of that myself too in the last couple of years, or even more recently. So yeah, I can empathize with that part. Um,
Yeah.
Another thing that really helps me with my sleep is a good silk eye mask.
Oh,
And I've got like a lightweight one with a band that I can take with me traveling. So it's really easy to throw in a travel bag. But also, I've got weighted ones that have flaxseed with lavender oil in
oh,
them.
neat.
And those they also help with your under eye, if anyone's listening that wants help with that. But I'm a huge fan. And for a while, it was hard to find them. So if you see one like now it's a little bit easier with Amazon and stuff, but I remember there was
Yeah.
a big gap in the market and I had to find them at farmers markets.
Oh, oh, really?
Eye pillows.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I would love to try that for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's think about, and another thing too is our feet, right? I don't know if you do anything with feet. What you do.
Actually, the roll-ons can be applied
Mm.
to the feet as well. So like the bottom of the spine, the feet, the wrists, the elbows, right here in the neck. So it's good to
Mhm.
apply it everywhere so that the essence gets into the bloodstream and you're working on different areas of your body, right? And
Mhm.
balancing the chakras as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And whether you have socks on or off can make a big difference. I've found that for myself. Sometimes if my feet are cold, I'm like, why am I having a hard time relaxing? Like, oh, I need to put socks on. Or the opposite in the summer, if I had socks on and I'm getting too hot.
Mm,
So that just that body heat regulation can really make a difference, right?
that can make a difference too, yes. And
Mhm.
I know as when women hit their 40s and starting perimenopause, that becomes a big issue.
Yeah, for sure. Lovely.
Mhm.
Anything else you're thinking that could help the audience before we start wrapping up today?
Oh, that I do offer to a little free mini essence. I don't have one on hand to show, but if someone that really, really just wants to try one first, and I can do
Mm.
the evaluation too at the same time. And then actually what I do is I'll mail out and that particular essence, and then they can try it first. So I do that too.
Okay, beautiful. And you're in Canada. Do you have any trouble mailing to certain countries or anything?
No, no, my website, anyone in Canada and the US for both Masterpiece and for Color Energy.
Okay, beautiful. I'll definitely try out. I would love to try out your essences and see how that
Oh,
goes. And
yeah.
if I have trouble with sleep again, I will also try out the Masterpiece. But I was able to wrangle that in the last few months.
Oh,
But
that's good. That's
yeah,
good.
it's good
Yeah.
to know there's a product like that out there instead of, what the doctors are prescribing all the time.
I know exactly.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This was wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, Heather. We'll drop your links below, but how can people get a hold of you? What's the best way?
So Instagram, you can message me on Instagram, but my email address there, that would probably be the best way to get a hold of me. I'm very big on email.
Okay, great. And it's Masterpiece, Peace. It's the
Yeah,
product, right?
masterpiece, yeah, PEACHC at gmail.com. Yeah.
Okay, great. Sounds wonderful. Thank you, Heather, so much for your time today.
Thank you
Hopefully,
so
everyone
much.
will walk away with a relaxed, renewed effort, get some good sleep tonight, and maybe
Yeah.
some tips or ideas they can try later.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much.